Today I will show you how to create this beautiful jasmine flower stitch. It's easier to learn than it might seem, and you can use it to make gorgeous shawls and blankets. I once recorded a video on how to crochet this stitch on a mesh base. You can find that tutorial here. Even though it looks complicated, it was one of the first stitches I ever learned, so I believe it's beginner friendly. Okay, let's get started. We will start with the foundation chain. It needs to be any multiply of 12 plus 4. Now make one double crochet in the third stitch from the hook. Then make one double crochet into the next 6 stitches. You should have 7 double crochets so far. Now let's start the petals. Chain 2, 1, 2. Now yarn over and insert hook here, over here. So yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch. Yarn over, pull up the loop. Repeat that 3 times more, so 4 times altogether. We are making a puff. Yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop. And one more time. That's our first petal done. Now we will make next 2 petals. We will skip next 2 chains and we will make next petal into the next chain. Then we will skip next 2 chain. We will make third petal into the 6th chain. Okay, so skip next 2 chains and make another puff in the third chain. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull up the loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain, yarn over, pull up the loop. Repeat 2 times more, so 4 times altogether. Skip next 2 chains and make next petal into the third chain. Yarn over, pull up the loop. Insert your hook into the same chain, yarn over, pull up the loop. Repeat 2 times more. Once you finish, yarn over and pull through all 3 petals that you have on your loop. Now chain 1 and then again chain 2. 1 and 2. We will work the 4th petal in this chain 1 hole that we created. We will again make a puff in that hole, so yarn over, insert your hook into the hole, yarn over, pull up, and repeat 3 times more, so 4 times altogether. Yarn over and chain 1. Now make 1 double crochet into the next 6 chains. So this is your first double crochet, second double crochet, and continue until you have 6 double crochets. And we will repeat that until end of our row. So once again, chain 2. We will make our first puff under this stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over. Now skip next 2 chains and make another puff into the third chain. Skip next 2 chains and make next puff into the third chain. Yarn over, pull through all 3 petals, then chain 1 to create a small hole, and now chain 2, 1, 2, and make 4th petal inside this chain 1 hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now chain 1, make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So you will repeat petals and 6 double crochets until you reach the last flower. As you can see, we have 7 chains left at the end, 6 for the flower and 1 for an extra double crochet in the last stitch. Each first and last stitch in every row is a double crochet. Okay, let's make last petal. So chain 2 and start to work first puff, then skip next 2 chains and make next puff into the third chain. Skip next 2 chains, make next puff into the third chain. Yarn over, pull through all petals, then chain 1. Chain 2, 1, 2, and make 4th petal inside the hole. Yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, and make last double crochet into the last chain. And this is your row number 1 finished. Chain 2 and turn your work. 1, 2. We will start row number 2 by making 1 double crochet into the first stitch. Now chain 1 and make first petal inside this chain 1 space over here. So make 1 petal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all loops. Chain 2, 1, 2, and make 1 last petal inside the same hole. And that's gonna be our 6th last petal. So yarn over, insert your hook into the hole, yarn over, insert your hook into the hole. Yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, and make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. Okay, chain 1, make next petal inside the hole, yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 2, 1, 2, and make the last petal into the same hole. Yarn over, pull through all loops, then chain 1 and make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So you will repeat that steps until you reach the last flower. Chain 1 and make 1 double crochet into the last 7 stitches. Remember, first and last double crochet, that's why we have 7 stitches at the end. And you know how to make the jasmine flower now. I will show you the next rows because we will work in the different order. We will start row number 3 from the flower, not from the double crochets. So make a double crochet into the first stitch. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and make first petal into the stitch under the double crochet. Now skip next 2 stitches and make second petal into the third stitch. Skip next 2 stitches and make third petal into the third stitch. Yarn over and pull through all 3 petals. Chain 1, then chain 2. Make fourth petal inside the chain 1 hole. Yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, and make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. Stitches and chains. There are exactly 6 stitches and chains. So try to insert your hook into the chain, not under the chain. Your work will be more neat then. And then you will repeat the flowers, 6 double crochets, flowers, 6 double crochets, and so on and so on. Just remember you have 7 double crochets at the end, not 6. When finished, chain 2 and turn your work. Remember, chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Let's start row number 4. Make 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. Chain 1 and make first petal into the chain 1 space. Yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 2, make second petal or sixth petal, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches, and continue until end of your row. Make double crochet into the last stitch, and that's your row number 4 is finished. Thanks for watching, bye bye.